April 3rd, 1990. On this day, the world lost one of the most remarkable voices in jazz history. Sarah Vaughan, known as Sassy and the Divine One, passed away at the age of 66. Her voice was a gift, a once-in-a-lifetime sound that left audiences breathless. But behind the legend was a woman of complexity, charm, and at times, an air of distance. But first, hello there everyone. My name is Barbria Dion, and I am a singer, a songwriter, an independent recording artist, as well as a published author. I want this channel to be a place where you feel inspired, uplifted, and where you can discover stories that resonate with your soul. Now, before I get into this story, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified when I upload content. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being here. Your support means the world to me. Now, let's get into it. Born on March 27, 1924 in Newark, New Jersey, Sarah Vaughan was a force in jazz, effortlessly blending classical technique with a vocal richness that critics called wondrous. She won 2 Grammys, including a Lifetime Achievement Award, and was honored as an NEA Jazz Master in 1989. That same year, as her health declined, she continued to perform, completing a series of shows in Japan before a final run at the Blue Note Jazz Club in New York. It was there she received the devastating diagnosis: lung cancer. Despite her illness, Sarah remained fiercely private. She spent her last months at home in California undergoing treatment, but when the fight became too much, she chose to spend her final moments in comfort, passing away while watching television with her daughter. Her story is one of triumph, talent, and mystery, but also, as some discovered, an air of distance when it came to personal relationships. Billie Holiday, another jazz legend, once considered Sarah a friend, someone she had looked out for in the early days. But years later, after one of Vaughan's performances, Billie came backstage expecting a warm greeting. Instead, Sarah walked right past her, nose in the air, without a word. In an excerpt from Billie Holiday's book, "The people hanging around there were wonderful. I was glad to see her, and I expected she'd be glad to see me. When she came off, she turned up her nose and walked straight by me to her dressing room without a sign." It was a painful moment for Billie, who found comfort elsewhere. That same night, Lena Horne ran off stage to embrace her. But Sarah, she remained an enigma. Many years later, I had my own encounter with Miss Sarah Vaughan. I was a vocal jazz performance major at DePaul University, studying her music, admiring her work. One night, while working at the Cotton Club, I literally bumped into her as she arrived to see the show I had just finished. Excited, I reached out my hand to shake her hand. Instead, she extended hers as if I were supposed to kiss it. I pulled back, laughed it off, and said, "You have a good night now." When I told my mother what happened, she simply said, "Oh yeah, she's always kind of been like that." I brushed it off. Until years later at my cousin Irma Jane Thompson's memorial. That's when I learned that Irma had actually played for Sarah Vaughan. I shared my story, and my cousin Terry simply shrugged and said, "Yeah, she's always kind of been like that." And suddenly I realized it wasn't just me. Sarah Vaughan was undeniably one of the greatest vocalists of the 20th century, but like many artists, she carried an air of mystery. A diva in every sense of the word. Some adored her, some were left perplexed by her aloofness. But one thing is certain, her music, her voice, and her legacy live on. "I'm not a special person. I'm a regular person who does special things." Sarah Vaughan. Psh, that's for sure. Rest well, Sassy. So tell me in the comments, what would you have done in that moment? Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories about the legends beyond the songs. Until next time, keep the music alive. Bye.
And 1,000 violins begin to play. Might be the sound of